Hello, Shatika. How's Shatika doing? I thought it was vertical, but it told me to rotate my camera, so I flipped it over. I'd much rather have it horizontal anyway. And I don't remember if I set it. I probably didn't set it for anything because it doesn't usually do what I want it to do anyway. So oh well, it all worked out. Looks like we got Shatika in the house. Where's everybody else? How's Shatika doing? I'll put your name down. Because I'm going ahead and taking names again today to put you in for another try at the drawing Thursday. My eyes have really been bothering me. I need to put another drop of my eye drops in this eye. Y'all excuse me for a moment. I think I got sawdust or something in it yesterday. And it's been aggravating me ever since. Oh, there's Dennis and Darlene. I'm glad Dennis is here. Make it work. Yeah. Yeah, it'll look better. I mean, it's not at its final stage because when I put that sealer on it, that polyethylene or whatever, however you pronounce it, it blends in the stain a little bit more, and sometimes it even lightens it because as I put that polyfill on it, it lifts some of that dark stain off because it'll end up in the brush. But you'll see it whenever I get it finished and get it in here. I'm probably not going to make a video of me painting it with the poly stuff. I'll probably just go ahead and do it, let it dry, and then get it in the house and let you see where it's going to be and see what you think of it then. I build cabinets and do stuff like nobody else because it's all in my mind. It's not from a set plan. You notice that my two doors doesn't have a post in the middle as a backstop. Actually, my shelf is my backstop. And I got one little narrow backstop at the very bottom of the cabinet that stops the door. Because I did not want that column up there because it would get in the way of me putting stuff in or out of the shelves. So I didn't want that on there. And there is Life with Pippintine. Hello, Life with Pippintine. You got fancy with it, don't you? No, didn't know you were putting doors on it. Yeah, I always wanted doors on the bottom. I don't want doors on the top though. But the bottom, I plan to put doors on it right from the beginning. Oh, you were multitasking, Life with Pippintine. It sounds like you were multitasking there, watching two or three different entities at one time. Yeah, I'm going to be fixing something good today. I hope it works out. I'm doing this as a suggestion from Dennis. So Dennis ought to enjoy this video or this live. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but I'm sure Dennis knows. Caught most of my live the other night, but we were watching on TV on the other account while working on my computer. And there's Tamra Douglas. And Janine. Hello, Janine and Tamra. Yeah, I forgot to tell people that if they used certain types of wood screws that you need to use glue, and there's another type of wood glue, and I had both different types of screws. And the other type of wood screw, you don't need the glue. Thank you, Janine. It's one of my recent additions, little cheapy shirts, but I thought it was cute. And I'm going to need plenty of shirts for this summer to work out there in that heat. Because sometimes I change twice a day. I get so sweaty. I was just trying to make it match my cabinets in the house. I mean, you can see this cabinet right down here. It's dark. All of them are dark like that. Well, I showed you in that one little video. I think I posted it already. I may not have, but I think I did. But that's why I wanted it the dark color. And I tried to match up the cabinet doors the best I could. And with the same kind of little doorknob for my cabinet. The closest one that I could find that looked like the ones that were up there. Yeah, I thought I'd give everybody a little chance to get into live. I don't want to get started and someone come in at the last minute and we'd be halfway through it. I mean, I may not wait a whole half hour, but I thought I'd give them a little bit of time. My hair's not completely dry. That's why it's down. Yeah, this eye has been really bothering me. It's irritated, and I think I must have got some sawdust in it yesterday because the wind was blowing real hard. And even if I wasn't running the saw, the wind was stirring up the sawdust. And there's Louie, Louie or whatever, I don't know. And we got my soap bob. Hello, people. How are you doing today? Oh, we got Wilson in the house. Hey, Wilson. Yeah, I might take the 4 screws out of the corners and replace it with the actual wood screws that I've got. I don't know if I will or not because they seem to be in there fine for right now. I don't think they'll pull out. I'm doing great other than my eyes irritated. Like I said, I think I got sawdust in it yesterday. Or I might got sawdust in it this morning out there messing with the cabinet. I don't know, Donna. I'm still debating on that one. I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it. I got thinking about it yesterday. I said, okay, my cabinet's almost done. Now, how am I going to get it in the house? I'm doing great, Wilson. How are you? I need an elevator up my back door. A lift, that'll lift it up. I can just push it over on the floor. And Tamara said she just made a big pot of sausage and veggie soup. That sounds good. Well, I was actually going to make what I'm going to make today in the live. I was going to make it yesterday and just post a video on it. And I didn't get around to doing that. So I said, well, I'll do it during my live today because it's not that difficult. So we'll see what happens. We're missing Gladys. Wonder where Gladys is. Yep, just a couple more days until the drawing. And somebody's going to win. There's Gladys. I just said, wonder where Gladys is. We got David Edwards finally come in. Nobody won yet. It's February the 6th is when the drawing's going to be at 7 p.m. during the live that night. During the trivia night, that's when we have trivias on Thursdays. Let me get David Edwards down. See, I'm still taking names for it. So just the fact that you came into this live is going to put you in another chance for the drawing. Hawaii. I hope that's somewhere close to being right the way you pronounce it. Hawaii. Yeah, you still can have a chance to win because the drawing is going to be Thursday night, February 6th, and the live starts at 7 p.m. And sometime during that live, we're going to do the drawing. And you got to be in the live to win, because if I draw your name and you're not there, I'll do away with that name and draw another one. Oh, it's super nice out here too, David. The wind's blowing a little bit though, and since I've got sawdust all over the patio, it was blowing the sawdust around. I said, well, it's a good thing I didn't really want to plan to put that sealer on the cabinet this morning, because the wind would have blown all the dust and the sawdust all over the cabinet, and it would have stuck with that wet poly on there. Wilson says, I already know who's going to win. That person is going to win. It's going to be me. There you go. That's positive thinking, Wilson. Wilson says, I guarantee I'll win. Well, there's a lot of names in that pot. You know, I switched over to this, and this has got that whole jar full of names in it, and it's only not quite half full. So I got plenty of room to get my hands down in there. Plenty of room to get my hands down in there and just mix them all up and pick a name. And you know, only one person is going to win if they're in the chat, if their name is picked. So everybody else, don't be mad if you're not the one that's drawn, because we don't know whose name's coming out. But like I said, if you're not in the live when I draw your name, we do away with that name and we'll draw somebody else until we get somebody that's in the live chat. I don't know what that's saying, my sob hob. My soap hob, sop hob. I don't know what kind of, what is that? Some web link or something? I have no idea what that is. Well, I guess we can get started. And I'll take more names when I get through over here at the stove. And then if anybody else has come in to chat, then I'll put their name down. But I've got to adjust my camera over here. I got this, if I don't unscrew it all the way, trying to raise it up, I'll make y'all dizzy. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't mean to make you dizzy. We got 31 watching, I see up here. But not Wilson, but Dennis had mentioned that he made a cream cheesecake. And or cheesecake, not cream cheesecake, it was a cheesecake. And he told me about these no baking cream cheesecake kits. Well, I couldn't find an actual kit, but I found this one. But you have to supply your own toppings, you have to supply your own whipped cream, and you supply your fruit, you supply your pie crust. So all that is not in there. But it's going to be good anyway. Because I bought some raspberries. I'm going to make a raspberry topping in my pot here. And I've already got a pie crust. I bought a pie crust to go with it. Oh, I know this is going to be good. And I shouldn't be making a cheesecake because I'll eat this whole thing, y'all. I love cream cheesecake, or cream cheesecake, or cheesecake. I can't even say it right. But I think it's going to be good. The only thing is you can't cut it. I mean, it's kind of like Jell-O. When you mix it all up, you put it in the pie crust and you let it sit. You got to let it chill for 2 hours before you serve it. So I don't know if I'll be able to put my toppings on it or not yet when I first make it. But there's my pie crust. And I got my Cool Whip. Put that over there. And I haven't washed my dishes from this morning yet. Y'all have to overlook me. And my hair is going to bug me to death trying to do anything here at this kitchen. Now, first it says you've got to, but you know what? I think I'm going to get my raspberries to cooking. Because I'm making my little fruit sauce that's going to go on, the topping that goes on it. There. And it says you can either do this before you cook it or after. And I've took a potato masher and I'm just mashing the fruit up a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar and I'm just guessing at it. I'll start out with about 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm going to put in just a tiny bit of water. Not much, because you don't need a bunch of water in there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn that on and get it going. then I'm going to dump, you need 2 packages of 8-ounce cream cheese. Get these in there. They're stuck. And I put my cream cheese in my microwave because I always forget to take it out of the refrigerator. But I put it in the microwave, and I put it on the defrost setting for 2 or 3 minutes, and it softens it up really good without getting it too hot or burning it or anything. Now it says, beat cheesecake mix and cream cheese until smooth. So we're going to put this little thing in there. Oh, it smells good. Just coming out of the package, it smells good, y'all. And I think this is too big for this. I don't know, but when I use my hand mixer, I usually use a bowl according to whatever I'm mixing. And it kind of sticks to the beater. My raspberries have come into a boil here. And I need to add just a little bit more sugar. You probably end up with about a half a cup maybe of sugar to that many berries. Now, we've got our whipped cream, or our Cool Whip. It says to put 4 ounces of that in there. And this is an 8-ounce carton. It says gently stir in. So I may have to do that by hand. If I can get all this out. Oh, that looks so good. I know it's going to be good. That's the best way I know to do it. It's creamy. It's creamy, y'all. I'm being silly. So that means we're going to put half of this container of whipped cream in there. So I don't need to measure it. I can just judge, I'm getting out half of it. That should be half. That's half, don't you think? I don't know if y'all can see. It's all white, so you can't tell. And we can use the rest of it on the top of it later. Let's see, we got to get this mixed up. It says gently mix it. So we don't need the mixer for that. We can just use the spatula and leave it in the same bowl. Now we're simply going to put this in our pie crust. Oh, it's getting stiff already. It says to let it sit for 2 hours in the refrigerator, but I tell you what, it's already hard. We're getting that way. Then you got to mash it, kind of mash it around in your pie shell. Y'all don't mind me getting my fingers in it, do you? So I can get it off with a spatula. And I really don't want to put my, well, I can't put my stuff on there yet. But what I'm going to do is put this in the refrigerator. And like I said, it's got to set for 2 hours. And then I can bring it out and put more Cool Whip on top. Or I can go ahead and put my raspberry topping on it. Because my raspberry topping's got to cook down a little bit more. I don't want it real juicy to go on there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge. Don't that look good? Cheesecake, y'all. Real easy. And, you know, I will have to let this cool down before I can put it on top of it anyway. So we're going to put it over here. And I'm going to get me a cup of tea. Heat it up in the microwave. Well, I didn't mean to put y'all in the floor. But it only takes a few minutes for this for this sauce or topping to cook down, what you want to do is just let it boil till most of the water is out of it. And it'll take a few minutes for it to do that. And I can't see the chat. I never used the box before. Oh, and the chat disappeared, so I can't see it. You know, got to pay attention to this because I don't want it to burn. I was about to lower my camera and get it back over there and sit down, but I've got to watch this because I don't want it to burn. Because with it boiling, it will cook out the water pretty fast. Yeah, but I think about a half a cup of sugar to that many raspberries will do fine. And if I can get the raspberry topping cooked quick enough and let it cool down quick enough, I think I can take my pie out and put my topping on it and then put it back in the refrigerator and let it set for another hour. Yeah, but I think that picture on the box looks real good. They had put another layer of cream cheese on top after it was set, and then they put some of their fruit filling or topping right on the top of that. So I think it's going to look good. Only they use strawberries, and I've got raspberries, which it's all good. Go ahead and get my topping back, my Cool Whip back in the fridge for right now. And I want to go ahead and rinse these out. I don't want the stuff to dry on them. Y'all can bear with me. It'll take me forever to get this Cool Whip off of this thing if I don't go ahead and get it off. It always set up pretty hard in this bowl, mixing bowl. So I don't think it's going to take too long for it to cool to where I can put the topping on it. Y'all, I made me a tuna fish sandwich to eat a while ago. And I still had dishes in this sink since last night. Because I didn't even clean my kitchen up when I come in from working on my cabinet. Yeah, I've never used a mix for cheesecake before. So this is something new for me. But it looks like it's going to be real good. I know I've got a sponge in here somewhere. Where is it? Oh well. I think Dennis said he made a blueberry cheesecake. Y'all, I still got my eye on my raspberries. In one of my videos, I was showing people how they could take containers from their house, you know, their kitchen, instead of throwing them away, if they got a top to them, like a coffee can, not a coffee can, but like a plastic coffee container. But here's one here that could be used. My mayonnaise jar. I could put holes in the bottom of it, and I've got the lid for it, so I can put table scraps in there, bury it as deep as I want in my pot, put the lid on it to keep the flies and bugs from getting around it, and that'll be feeding your plants while they're growing. I don't think I mentioned that they could use the jars too, the plastic jars. Just put all those little containers to use for you if you grow in the garden and you're dealing with compost. So that's fertilizer to your plants right there. We're killing two birds with one stone. We're making cheesecake and talking garden at the same time. How's that for a Sunday? Oh, it's bubbling up nicely, y'all. See how my sauce is bubbling up? That's what you want it to do. Woo! I'm going to turn it off. I think by the time it cools down, it'll be good. Yeah, half a cup of sugar to a small pint of a small container. I don't know, it's still a little watery. Maybe I need to, because I don't want it watery. I want it like gooey, if that makes any sense. And it's almost there. Oh, this mixer is pretty heavy. It's the maid's day off, y'all. That's the reason I have to do this. Otherwise, I'd let the maid come in and take care of the cleanup. Oh, it fell off. Well, what am I doing wrong? There. Now. Whew. It's a little bit hot. Now, that should be good when it's cooled down. But it's got to cool. I can't dare put it on my, don't dare put it on. Did y'all feel like you just dropped out of the sky when I lowered that? I'm sorry about that. I always forget what you're seeing when I do something like that, you know? Oh, my hair's a mess. Now you see why I always pull my hair back, especially if I'm cooking, because I can't do anything with my hair in my face. But if we're on here long enough, I can, you know, let it cool down a little bit. I'll check it. And then I can probably put some more Cool Whip and put my topping on it. I may just put the topping on it and forget the Cool Whip. I mean, it's already got 4 ounces of Cool Whip in the pie, so. And I think this chat has stopped. It's frozen. Let me refresh it. See what's going on, because I know there's been more talked about. Yeah, see, we got Uncle BB in here. We got Barbara Maggard. Let's see. What happened to my chat? We got Uncle BB. He says, don't worry, we come to see you, not your sink. Okay, Wilson, he said he might go live after this. And I've got Tamara Aimling. I've already got Tamara Douglas, so let me get Tamara Aimling down. Yeah, if you buy the kit, that fruit comes in the package, I think. I didn't find the package that had the fruit sauce in it already, so I already had my raspberries, so I said, well, I'm just going to fix some raspberry topping. So that's why I cooked mine. But you see how easy it is. Just put, what was that, about a half a pint? Yeah, I think it was like a half a pint of raspberries to half a cup of sugar and maybe an ounce of water or 2 ounces of water, and then cook it. Yeah, that's what I just read, that he's going live later, so I'll catch him. Yeah, that's the reason I decided I was going to go ahead and do it. And there's Jackie M. Let me get her name down. Get you in there for another chance at the drawing. Yeah, I read that when I first come on. Come back to the chat. Oh, and there's Bonnie's Crafts Room. I think I've got everybody. Wilson said might go live or not. Have to see. Found my webcam today. Okay. We'll be watching for you. Yeah, I had some strawberries. I bought a small package of the strawberry, not strawberries, but blackberries. And I got one of the raspberry and I got one of the blueberry. And it was a toss up. Which one do I put on my cream cheese, my cake, cream cheese cake, and or cheesecake? I always say it wrong. So the raspberries won out because in the picture it was red, and I said, well, my raspberries are red, so that'll work. Dennis said, my kitchen is closed due to illness. Well, did you get your lasagna fixed yesterday? I think you were going to go to the store, and then you said you were going to pick up your grandkids and fix lasagna yesterday. My kitchen is closed due to illness. I'm still cooking. There you go. Even when you're sick, you got to cook something for yourself, unless you've got some soup stashed away. Yeah, you got that lasagna fixed. Well, good deal, Dennis. I know y'all had fun and enjoyed that lasagna. Oh, it's going to be your first live? Oh, my goodness, Wilson. Well, we got to be there. Got to catch you live, Wilson. And I got my tea in case I start coughing. I make tea in my coffee pot. I put two tea bags in my pot, and then I fill the top with water. I plug it in and let it run just like it was making coffee. Only my tea bags are in my teapot, in the pot in the bottom. And it makes really good iced tea that way. And it fills up one of my containers because I add water to it, because even with just two tea bags, it makes really strong tea. Well, you can see that. It's pretty strong. And I keep a container of it in the refrigerator, so if I want iced tea, I've got it. Or if I want some hot tea, I pour it in my cup and pop it in the microwave and heat it up, and then I got hot tea. Gladys says, Dennis, can I come over with Linda? Yeah, I'd love to have some of that lasagna. I'll bring my pie. I'll contribute my pie, and we'll eat cheesecake with lasagna, leftover lasagna. He probably don't have any left over, though. I bet those grandkids ate all that. He had 5 of them there. But I think I'm done building when I get this cabinet in here. There is a little shelving unit I wanted to replace in my bedroom, but that one is working fine for right now. And that'll probably be the next thing I tackle whenever. It might be years from now. I don't want to build anything else right now since I finished my cabinet build. I just want to get that thing painted, or not painted, but sealed with the polyethylene or whatever it is, and then get it in the house. You had so much left you had to freeze some? Oh my goodness. You must have fixed an awfully big one. Or you had salad or something else to go with it. That's a lot of mouths. 5 kids eating lasagna. But yeah, I figured that would be a tip to you. Don't worry if you don't have a sauce to go on your cheesecake or anything else you need a fruit sauce to go on. Just buy you a little bit like I did. Pop it in the pot, put a half a cup of sugar in it, a couple of ounces of water, and let it boil. Let it boil continually until most of the water's cooked out of it. And there's your topping. Just that easy. Yeah, I can imagine kids that age can eat a lot of food. So you fixed a big lasagna. Yeah, how do we find you, Wilson, if you go live? Do you have, what's the name of your channel? Is it Wilson Todd or what? It's probably Wilson Todd because that's what comes up on his name when he comes into chat. So it's got, evidently it's under his name, just like mine is under my name. So probably if you just put in Wilson Todd and do a search, it should bring up any videos that he's got. With 3D? Yeah, it's just Wilson Todd. You got an extra D put there. Is it 3Ds or just 2? You got 3 on your name right now. So I guess it's 3. Yep. Yeah, but I didn't want to use a whole can of pie filling just to top the pie. Because then I'd have some left over and I wouldn't have any use for it except to eat it. But I wanted to show you how it's easy, that if you can make it. If you got apples even, you can chop up apples and put it in there, put you a half a cup of sugar. Cook those apples till they're almost down like applesauce and use that as a topping. That would be real good. You could even add cinnamon to it. Just 2, okay. But you got 3 on your name right there. Because I'm not using it as a pie filling. I'm using it for a pie topping. Let me check and see how it's cooling off, because sometimes it'll harden up. It's come out just fine. Look at that. It's not too watery, but it's not real dry either. It's still pretty hot, though. It's got to cool some. I don't know what it would do to the cheesecake if I put hot topping on it. You have apples, strawberries, and banana in the freezer. And see, if you make you a cheesecake, you can take a little bit of your strawberries or your apples, either one, any of it, and make you a fruit topping. Just look for the space station. Is that what your title of your live is going to be? Looks like blood. We've only been on not even quite an hour. Seemed like we've been on for longer than that. I guess because I was busy washing up dirty dishes and fixing my cheesecake. Let me write that down. I'm going to be looking for Wilson Todd. Space Station. Yeah, and with that, we were talking about how YouTube cut everybody's pay in half, basically. I think it's because of was the beginning of the year. Each month for the new year, your pay goes up until it gets to the highest point, like in December of next year or this year, and then in January it starts all over again. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of because it went up a little bit this month. As soon as the first hit, the pay for 1,000 views went up again. A little bit, not back to where it normally is, but it went up. It's on the profile picture. See if I can look it up on this and see if I can find it. Do you already have a 4,000 viewing hours and what is it? 1,000 subscribers, Todd? Because I think you got to have, that's some of the requirements to be able to go live. At least go live with like a cell phone. I don't know about the other. Well, I got a Kenneth Todd that came up when I put Wilson Todd in their space station. But so far I haven't seen a Wilson Todd. I got Stephanie. I see all kind of space stuff come up, but I don't see Wilson Todd with a space station. It did with me, my soap ob. I had to have 4,000 viewing hours and 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 viewing hours before I could go live with like a cell phone or a mobile device. Now you could go live with your laptop straight from YouTube without all that, but my picture on my laptop is terrible, so I didn't want to go live from that. And I can't carry my laptop around the yard if I wanted to go live out there, so. Dennis said I accidentally went live and got trolls before I said anything. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm not finding Wilson. So I don't know. I put in Wilson Todd and then I put in Space Station. And a lot of Space Station stuff come up, but nothing to do with Wilson. So I don't know. No, there's no shortage of trolls. You think they get paid for doing that, as many trolls as there is out there, wasting their time coming into our lives, causing problems. Hi, Uncle BB. I mean, as many as there are doing it, you think they get paid to do it, but I don't think they're getting paid. They're just doing it because they like to cause problems for people. Yeah, that's funny. The minute you go live, you got a ton of trolls in your chat box, and you haven't even said anything yet. Wilson 5253. Okay, let me write that down. Let's see if I can bring it up under Wilson 5253. He's got 12 subscribers. 13 now because I just subscribed to him. And I chose all notifications. So if he goes live, I'm going to get notified for it. He's got videos of aircrafts in there, 2 of them. But it's got 3 D's in his name, y'all. See, there's his page right there. If you put in Wilson Todd with 3 D's, 5253, his page will come up. So he's got 13 subscribers now. I just subscribed to him. And I need to find Dennis. If he's starting to go live, I need to find him. What is your number, Dennis? That's after the @ sign. I'm not. No, but you said you already went live one time and all you got was trolls. Gladys said you needed me and Linda there. 2 plane crashes so shortly, one after the other. I know one in Philadelphia, and where was the other one? I forgot. You went live accidentally. Okay, I'll let you go then. I was just going to subscribe to your channel. You took air show pictures from air show here in San Antonio. Washington, yeah, that's where the other one was Washington, D.C. I'm going to check my topping and see how cool it's getting. I'm going to raise this back up if I can. Did y'all feel your stomach go? I dropped the tripod. Y'all are going to say, you don't know about that lady. She goes crazy with her camera. We may not want to deal with her. But I'm going to try putting it on here. Oh, wait a minute. We could put a little bit more Cool Whip on, since it's cooled down some, I think. I don't think it really needs more Cool Whip, but I can put a little bit. And then I'll put it back in the refrigerator, let it completely set up. Y'all see what I'm doing? I'm going to make a little ridge so it doesn't run off the pie out of the pan. See, that's the consistency I wanted it to be. I didn't want it soupy. I wanted it soft like that. And that little bit of fruit was just enough to make a topping for this pie, I think. Because I like to put it all over the top, not just put a dab in the middle. But see there, that was just enough to make that. Now I want to eat some of it, y'all. I want to eat some of my pie now. But it's not even been in there for an hour. But look at that. Don't that look good? I'd share if y'all were here. But that does look good. Oh, I got to put it back here and let it get hard. Let it get cold through and through so I can eat it later. I'm going easier on you, y'all. I thought about how people feel when they like if you're in a roller coaster or something, and you know how when you go down really fast and your stomach feels like it comes up to your throat. That's what I thought of when I all of a sudden dropped the camera a while ago. Did y'all have that sensation? Did everything come up to your throat when you went down so quick? Yeah, it looks like pomegranate because of all the seeds in it. Because, you know, raspberries has a lot of seeds inside. You can't get those out. All come to Linda's house. I'd have to cut awfully small pieces of it. I don't think it's big enough to feed everybody. But I'd share if I could. Oh, we got Mrs. Weaver in the house. Hey, Miss Weaver. It's been forever since you've been in here. Your name's going down for the drawing Thursday. So if you can be with us Thursday night on our regular trivia night, February 6th, because we're going to have a drawing for prizes that night. I've been taking names forever. I got a container full of names right here. It'll be a gift card and your choice of either cowboy candy relish, pepper jelly, or chow chow, whichever one you prefer. Oh, you finally got relief from your stopped up innards. Well, way to go, Uncle BB. I know you feel 100% better. Yeah, y'all have to try you one of those cheesecakes. They're so easy to make. Well, you saw how easy it was. That's the first time I've ever used a mix for a cheesecake. I'll be making them more often now because I know I can make them that easy. I didn't realize you could. They had a cheesecake mix like that, and it was so easy to make. You don't even have to cook it. The only thing I had to cook was my topping. And you saw there was nothing to that at all. Usually if I get stopped up or anything like that, I usually eat me a big plate of greens with my meal or beans. Because I found if I eat a regular supply of beans and greens and all that stuff that contains fiber, I don't have any problem. Yeah, I've been caring for Mama and Daddy a lot. I've got some help now. We'll be seeing you more. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, Mrs. Weaver. I was been wondering about you. How is your sister doing? Yeah, I decided this was just going to be a fun Sunday making a cheesecake with topping. I've had fun doing it. I don't know if y'all had fun watching my silliness. Just being me, y'all. I'm a silly person. That's why it's healthier to not mash or cut veggies too much to keep the fibers. Well, I'm happy to hear that. I've been wondering about you and her both. Saying prayers for both of you. Hopefully she'll stay in remission and she's not going to have any more problems. We'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll say prayers for her. Well, what have y'all been up to since I saw you last, other than making lasagna and feeding 5 grandkids and watching my antics on my videos? Well, that's another reason I like the fact that I grow my own garden, because I know I don't get every vegetable that I want grown in my garden because I can't grow it here. It's too hot and dry. But I grow what I can, especially the greens and stuff like that. Because I've been going to Walmart and I've been buying the bag of greens that you get for like $5 for a bag. And you know, when you put them in a pot and cook them, you got like that much. So it can get awfully expensive trying to buy greens if you want to eat them at every meal. So I said, well, that's one thing I'm going to grow in my garden. When I first started, it was greens, and I did. I've got collard greens, turnip greens, um, perpetual spinach, tree collards. I had so many greens at one time, I took my son a great big old bag, and it was crammed full of them. I hope they were able to eat all of them, and I didn't think to tell them to go ahead and cook all of them. and then freeze what they couldn't eat at one time, and that way they could take them out and eat them later. But I forgot to tell them, and I don't know that if they thought to do that. I hope they did, because that was a lot of greens. I don't know about cactus. I'm kind of weary of cactus. It's got too many stickers on it for me. But that Mexican lady that works at the school was telling me that, oh, don't get rid of your cactus. People eat cactus. And I said, well, what about all those stickers? She said, well, you do them like you would a turkey or a chicken when you kill a chicken. To get, after you get the feathers off of them, you singe them, what's left. She said, just put something that you can have a fire on the end of it, and then hold it around the cactus, and you singe off the stickers. And she said, you do the same with that little red ball that is like fruit on it. You singe the little stickers off, and then you can handle it. And I've never tried doing that. And there's Kathy Moore. Let's put her name down again for the drawing. How's Kathy doing today? Do you have to bring the neck? What? What are you talking about, Dennis? You lost me. Well, thank you, Kathy. It's been a lot of work, and I hated that I had to make it in so many parts, for as far as the video. It'd been nice if I could have got it all in one video, but there's just too much to do when you build something like that, especially if you're designing it as you go, like I was doing. I was not using plans or anything. No, you don't wring the neck of a cactus, but Dennis, you're just being silly. But she said those little red pods, that's the fruit of the cactus. She says they're really good. I've never tried one. I've never picked one off any of the cactus to try to singe the stickers off to open it up to see what it tastes like. I'm going to have to try one, though. I'll probably end up with 1,000,000 stickers in my fingers. They are good. Yeah, that's what everybody says that's ever eaten them, and she said they're healthy for you too. Even the cactus itself is healthy if you know how to cook it. I'll have to get some recipes because I've got tons of cactus around here. I don't have as much as I used to because I pulled a lot of it up. It was taking over my yard. You miss me making my cheesecake, Mrs. Weaver. You'll have to go back and watch the replay. We made a raspberry topped cheesecake during this live. It stains like food coloring? Really? Maybe that's how in Mexico they made red dye. Maybe it came from the cactus pod. That reminds me, I bought a pomegranate at the store the other day. I bought one about a week or so ago, and I ate the whole thing. Oh, it's so good. So I picked up another one at Brookshire's when I was in there a day or so ago. And I keep forgetting it's up there. Yeah, the cheesecake was real easy to make. And mine was just, it wasn't a kit, but it was a mix. And it was real easy to do. But Dennis was telling me you can buy the kit that has the fruit topping. It has the graham cracker crust. Everything you need is in the box. All you got to do is fix it. I couldn't find one of those. So I cooked my own topping my own raspberry topping and showed y'all how I did it. My mom loved those. She called them Chinese apples. Huh. I've got to try one. I'll just get my little flamethrower thing and hold the pot up and singe all those stickers off of it. And I'll have to look up some recipes for cactus, because I've never tried to fix cactus before. Uncle BB said he tried them but never liked them. Huh. Well, you know, everybody doesn't like all fruits either, so I guess there you go. We got 40 watching, 24 thumbs up, doing pretty good. I didn't decide till the last minute that I was going to do the cheesecake in the live, but that's why I had to change the heading and give everybody a thumbs up. I was going to fix something good. Nobody does it like Sarah Lee. Oh, bad day to be a Dallas Mavs fan. Did they lose today, Jim? Get your name down. For the drawing Thursday. Traded Luca. Oh, no. Why did they do something like that? I used to have tons of Dallas Mavs t-shirts, and I got several Dallas Cowboys t-shirts. Spurs lost last night. Jello made, yeah, I know, it's a Jello product. You find it on the shelves where the Jello boxes are. But I'll wait and taste it and see how it tastes. And if it's good, then I'm not going to slave over making cheesecake anymore. I'm just going to buy me a mix. Because I love, but that might be a bad thing, because being able to fix them that easy, I'll be eating more of them. And that's not going to be good for my weight. Because I love cheesecake. Just absolutely love cheesecake. Make cherry pie. It looked more like whipped cream than cheesecake. Well, I put whipped cream on top, and whipped cream is mixed in with the mix of the cheesecake, so. Jello used to make egg custard, discontinued it. Well, I like all their instant puddings and stuff like that. And I love Jello, even though I don't fix it very much. Well, you know, I made a really nice apple pie last year in a video. But this is like the first cake or pie, basically similar to a pie that I've made since then. Except for my chicken pot pie, which was so good. I'll tell you, none of that turkey pot pie went to waste. It was all eaten. I ate turkey pot pie for days, and I didn't mind it. Well, if we're in the live, I think it's been in there long enough to cut it, I'll cut it and we'll see how it holds up. Linda, in the 80s, Sarah Lee made those box cakes, your cheesecake like one. Oh, really? It tickles me every time I think about Dennis going live by accident. All of a sudden, he's got all these trolls in his chat, and he didn't even say anything, and he's got tons of trolls already. That had to be funny. There's a way to avoid that. You just set your settings to subscribers only. That way you don't get a bunch of people off the wall in. You'll still get trolls, but they got to subscribe to your channel before they can ever come in. Oh, my allergies. Breathing that salt, even though I had a mask on, breathing all that stuff is killing me. Tune in. I might go live after this. Okay, I might still testing webcam. Taste it, Linda, before I eat dinner. It was embarrassing, Dennis. I've accidentally went live a couple of times, but I immediately stopped it and deleted it out. But I have done it. I've accidentally hit that button and it went live on me. Sorry about that, y'all. I can't quit coughing. Yeah, you should have stayed on live, Dennis, and just got practice in. That's so funny. I know, Mrs. Weaver. I got my shorts on today. My heat's off. It's 80 degrees right now. Can y'all imagine? It's 80 degrees. And they say we're supposed to have a snowstorm by the end of this month to end the winter. I hope not. I'd love to be able to get planting in early. Dennis says, no, I started hiding my camera before I get a drink. You're funny. Yeah, y'all, I can't believe it. It's 80 degrees right now. 1st of February, and it's 80 degrees. I got to get busy in the garden. That's what I've heard. They said that the February was going to end with a winter storm. That winter was going to go out in style at the end of February. We'll get rain and snow. 29 where Darlene is. Yeah, it's 80 degrees here. Days like this, I'm glad I'm in Texas. If you grow them in cold weather, you got to grow them inside, Wilson, because freezing weather will kill the plant. So you can grow peppers indoors. But other than that, it's got to be warmer temperatures outside for peppers to grow. I couldn't use a tractor here, Uncle BB. There's too many rocks in the ground. It would destroy a tractor. It's only 27 where Bonnie Craft's room is, northern Michigan. 75 where Jackie is. It just depends on how well they're growing. I mean, mine got 5 foot tall. Some of them got taller than that. If you got good, rich soil, they'll get head high to you. I mean, that one bell pepper plant grew that much over the top of my head because I was looking up at it, and it had some of the biggest bell pepper at the very top. So if it's good, rich soil, they'll grow like crazy. You're pretending I have a farm with the North 40. Yeah, I've only got 3 lots. All 3 of my lots combined measure 150 feet across by 110 feet from the street to the back of my lot. I don't even think that's a half acre. And one lot is still all wooded area. It's not, I don't have totes and pots over there yet, but I'm going to move some over that way. Not a lot because I've got plenty of them out there now. 17 degrees in Connecticut. Oh. Gladys, I know you wish you were here with it 80 degrees. They do need sun, but they like partial shade too, Wilson. So they don't necessarily have to be right out in the open sun all day long. If you can give them like morning sun and afternoon shade, they do great. The lots here are only 50 foot wide and 110 feet deep. That's the reason I said I never would build a house the size of the house they built next door over here on a 50 foot lot. because it's only 50 foot wide and it's 110 feet from the street back to the back of the lot. And they've only got 5 feet clearance on each side of the house, because that house has got to be 40 foot wide. And they've only got like a pathway on each side of the house, of their lot. You have an acre, Bonnie? At my daughter's house, they have an acre for their lot. That whole subdivision up in Vista Ranch where she lives, they sell lots by the acre. So your lot is as big as you want it to be, you know, depending on how many acres of you want to buy. But they have 1 acre. So it gives them a pretty good sized yard. I guess my all 3 lots may be close to a half acre. I don't know what a half acre would measure. It depends on where you buy it, my sop pop. The lots here where I'm at, they go for $20,000 a lot. A 50 foot by 110 lot goes for $20,000. Some of them you may be able to get a little cheaper if you can, you know, bargain them down. Reminds me, I want to get a picture of my cheesecake before I cut it. And get it out up here. And I don't really think it's ready to cut, though. But I do want to get a picture of it. I don't really know if it's set up enough. I don't know if I should cut it or not. Don't know if I should try cutting it. I don't want to mess it up, y'all. I'll try a little piece, a little bitty piece. There it is, y'all. Don't that look good? You can tell the difference between the cheesecake and the whipped cream. The cheesecake is kind of a yellow looking color and the whipped cream is white. You're killing me. It looks amazing. Y'all take the first bite. Open wide. Take a bite. That's good, y'all. Y'all need to try it. Can that be the next prize? It'd be kind of hard to ship this cheesecake anywhere. There you go. A bite for the chat. Take a bite. Mm. Well, thanks to Wilson, I did this. Not Wilson, Dennis. Dennis is the one that suggested that I make cheesecake. Oh man, this is ruining my dinner tonight because all I'm going to want to do is eat cheesecake. And there's Patty C. Welcome, Patty C. You missed me making cheesecake. And I'm eating it right now. Gladys wanted me to eat some. You just got home, Patty? That's so good. It's been in there long enough you can cut it and eat it, but it probably would be even better if it's left in there another hour. Uncle BD said, Linda, go into business, Linda Lee. And I think those raspberries are even better than the strawberries would have been. You know, that I made the topping out of. I don't mess around with eating cheesecake. That piece is already gone. Oh, but it's so good. That is so good. So see, Gladys, if you like cheesecake, your boys could fix one of those easy. They're not hard to make at all. Yeah, no fiber. That's the reason I said I messed my dinner up by eating that piece of cheesecake right now. Yeah, for hygiene reasons, killed all the germs. They boiled for probably more than 5 minutes, so they're sterilized raspberries. That's for sure. It's gone on my phone, but on TV you're still eating it. Fry up some pork rinds. Well, I'm going to fix me some pork barbecue. I bought a package of boneless pork ribs, and I'm going to fix them up, do a video on it, and make some pulled pork with them. Because it's just a small package. It'll be enough for me. You know, I'll have several pulled pork sandwiches out of that little bit of pork. So, thank you, Patty C. I've got on shorts today. It's 80 degrees. I I'm dressed like summer. One thing I did too is I went out there and I stained that cabinet and I did not wear a mask. So I was breathing the vapors from the stain, which it wasn't real bad, not even hardly noticeable, but I was breathing it. So that's one reason I'm coughing today. That plus the fact that it's been real windy yesterday and today. And it stirs up everything in the air that I'm allergic to. I just didn't put one on. I didn't think it was necessary to put it on to stain it, but yeah, I should have wore one. Dennis said he thought of Wilson today at the store because they had beef tripe in a can. Wrap it on your wrist. Yeah, so I carry my mask around with me all the time. How many of you ladies are going to try this quick and easy cheesecake? Since you saw how easy it was to make. I want Gladys to get her boys to make her one. Got a case of vapors. You're a true Southern belle. Need a glare. Tripe stomach. Ugh. I don't want any tripe. Send it to me, Dennis. Yeah, I'm hoping that Gladys will get her boys to watch it and go and buy them a cheesecake kit because it's so easy to make. And if they can find the actual kit, they'll have everything they need in the box, I guess. You're going to get one, Gladys? Okay. Yeah, if you get one of the kits, they've got everything in the box. You don't even need to make your topping like I did. I think everything comes in it already. But if not, you can get just the cheesecake mix like I did and supply your own topping and your whipped cream and your pie crust. Miss Weaver said, I'm going to make it. First I have to finish watching it. Okay. I'm going to turn myself into a cat, come live with you and eat cheesecake. My cats wouldn't eat it. I gave them as a treat. You know what I gave them earlier for their lunch? I opened a can of tuna fish. And I gave each one of them a spoonful of tuna fish in their bowls. And then I drained all the juice off of the tuna fish into their bowls. And they love it. I mean, that's like giving them candy. That's more of a treat for them than the actual cat treats, is to open a can of tuna fish and give them a little bit of the fish and drain all the juice into their bowls. Sure, Wilson, I'll get some. About 44 watching, looks like. I guess everybody's busy today, but who's in here? It'd be nice to get up to 100 people during a live chat. But as long as people watch later, that's fine. I'm going to change the thumbnail to the picture of my pie that I took just a while ago. That might get people's interest. The garden, oh, I've got to still get out there and clean out dead plants and get it ready. You know, I've only got about half of it done. I think my tree collards have made it. Plus, I've got 5 cuttings in the house that I'm rooting in pots, in small pots, because I don't have room to put more than that. So I'm going to have plenty of tree collards this year. Yeah, I'm going to take that. That's the reason I wanted to take the picture. I'm going to use that as the thumbnail on my live. So when it ends, I'm going to go in and I'm going to change the thumbnail on the live to the from my picture, the picture I had up there, to my pie. I don't know also if a container. I know that Jello is the one that made what I use today, and Jello makes the kit, the cheesecake kit. Patty C said yes, they did, Uncle BB. Yeah, I don't know because I've never used a cheesecake mix before. And there's Chill Canuck. Hello, Chill. You miss me making a pie. I made a raspberry topped cheesecake. Well, it's put out by Jello, but it was. I haven't seen Jana. I don't know where Jana is today. You know, she left our live the last time I was live, kind of like you did, and I have not seen her since. So I've been wondering about her. I don't have her email address, so I can't contact her. I was hoping she'd be in the live today, but I haven't seen her. So I don't know what's going on with her. Yeah, I was worried about you too, Patty, when you left. Everybody was. They said, well, where's Patty? She's not here. I said, I don't know. But I told everybody that I was going to contact you. I emailed you today. My internet went out. Yeah, I got your email the other day where you said that your internet had went down. But no, I haven't heard from Janice, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with her. I think there was 3 people that left the live just all of a sudden. It was you and Jana and somebody else. I don't remember who. And we were wondering about all 3 of you, why you left. What, you know, if something was wrong or what was going on. And there's Father Gatto. Hello, Father Gatto. Put his name down again for the drawing this Thursday. You missed me making the cheesecake. You'll have to go back and watch from the beginning to see it. Although I did take a picture of it, so I'm going to put a picture of my cheesecake on my live as a thumbnail whenever I end my live today. I'm copying my picture right now to a thumbnail so I can put it over there. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta take the video because I did a short video. I can do better pictures with a video. and then take a snapshot of it. And y'all know that was really my pie when you see it. In the thumbnail, it was really my pie. I didn't look on the internet and get a picture of a pie to put up there. It was really mine. Yeah, I cut a slice out and I've already eaten it. Oh no, you went tried going outside to see what was wrong. It was so windy I fell and already hurt my ribs. Oh no. Sorry about that, Patty. Yeah, I've got a picture of it. I'll show you in a minute. Let me bring it up. I could just go to the refrigerator and show you the pie. There's my pie. Yeah, that is why Patty couldn't come back and let us know why she left, is because oh no. You didn't tell me that earlier that you hurt yourself. You just said you were in pain. I didn't know that it was because of you falling. I'm so sorry. Yeah, cracking a few ribs is not fun. I know that is painful. And then if you got a cough, it's painful. When I first had my neck surgery, I could cough and throw my neck out. All I had to do was cough, and my neck was out. Then I had to work forever exercising and maneuvering everything to get it back lined up. I didn't even want to sneeze, y'all. I did everything I could do to keep from sneezing or coughing. Yeah, coughing was a lot of fun, wasn't it, Chill? You don't want to cough or sneeze if you got broken ribs or you got something going on with your neck. Oh, wow, it's so painful. You broke 3 of your ribs, Patty, when you fell? Oh my gosh. I can imagine it is painful. Oh Lord, I didn't know you fell and broke your ribs. You just told me you were in pain and that's why you didn't come back. I had no idea why you were in pain. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Sorry that happened to you. You poor thing. 3 ribs. Oh, I hurt just thinking about it. I wanted to show the people that come in late my pie, y'all. I gotta brag about it. There's my pie, y'all. And you can see I did cut a slice out of it already. I cut a little slice out. But it's got to stay in the refrigerator. It's not been in the refrigerator long enough. I just stepped on the spot where my floor pops. Pie reveal time. It's real easy to make. He'll not have any problem making one. Yeah, it'll make you feel better to eat you a cheesecake with fruit topping on it. And like I was telling everybody else, if you find one of those cheesecake kits that Jello has, I don't think you have to buy anything extra to go with it. I think everything's in the box. I don't know. Yeah, I've got a little layer of cream cheese or whipped topping between the top of the pie and the fruit. And I made that fruit topping. I had some raspberries, so I dumped them in my pot and put a half a cup of sugar, a couple of ounces of water, and just boiled them till the moisture cooked out. And I made my topping because I didn't have any. Enter it in the Granbury County Fair. Don't even know if Granbury has a fair. They have usually some kind of cook-off thing. It's usually a chili cook-off. Yep, 5 days left until the contest, everybody. I know everybody told me years ago when the first time I ever made jelly, it was wild plum jelly because I picked the plums across the street from where we lived. There was a whole patch of wild plum bushes over there. And I went over there and picked them, and I made jelly with them. That was the prettiest clear jelly you've ever seen. It was so good. Everybody said, "Oh my goodness, you need to enter that in the fair." I didn't know anything about the fair. I didn't go to the fair, didn't know where it was or nothing about it, so I never entered. Cheesecake after chilling, you'd surely win. Well, I'll have to agree with Dennis. It does make a good cheesecake because that's a good cheesecake. That mix did. I gotta take my trash out. My can is filling up behind me in my cabinet. Miss Cheesecake, you'll be in the parade. I don't know about that. There's Jana. Everybody was asking about Jana, and there's Jana. She finally came in. Yes, ma'am, I made that cheesecake in this live, so you'll have to go back and watch it from the beginning. We were worried about you and Patty C, because you both left our live last time at about the same time. And we didn't know what was going on, if something was wrong or what. Patty C was checking her internet because her internet went out and she fell, broke 3 ribs, and that's why she didn't come back in the live. And I hope nothing like that happened to you, Jana. It's been a hard day again. Well, see, you should have been here earlier. We could have boosted your feelings up a little bit. We'd have gave you a boost to your day. You'll have to watch my live from the beginning and see how I made the cheesecake and make you one. It'll make you feel better. It's real easy to make. Your key did not work in the cottage door? So what did you do? How did you get in? And there's Terry Damon. Hello, Terry. Welcome to our live chat. I'm writing your name down to go in the drawing Thursday. So be at our drawing Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to have a drawing for prizes that night. And you got to be present to win, but your name just went in the pot. Yeah, there is something therapeutic about cooking or baking. I usually watch some YouTube movies. I watch some of my friends on YouTube videos that they produce. There's several shows that I used to like. I used to love watching Ninja Warrior, believe it or not. Want today pepper jelly? Well, I'm going to draw one time. And that's going to be Thursday night. And if you're in the live, if I draw your name, you won. If you're not in the live, I'll just toss that name and draw another one. I'll keep drawing until somebody that I draw is in the live. Because you got to be present to win. Oh, wow. I was taking my little dog over and taking some toilet paper and paper towels, trash bags, and show Rocket his new home, and they did not work. Wow, I wonder why the keys didn't work. What did you do? I don't know if it's French jelly or not. It's my jelly. It's made with jalapeno peppers or hot peppers. What, that pepper jelly? This is some hot pepper jam right there. Some of it's in the little jars and some of it's in bigger jars. Here's the hot pepper jelly. You can see the pepper seeds and stuff in there still. But I don't know how hot it is. Oh, meant to win your pepper jelly. Well, if your name is drawn, you can choose what you want. And if you want pepper jelly, the pepper jelly will be sent to you. You can't type it all. A lot of times I try typing in chat and the spell check automatically changes it to something else. And I don't notice it until I hit submit. And then it comes up on the screen like Chinese. Try it out to see how hot it is. Well, I tried the pepper jam and it's not hot at all. But I'll have to try some that you can see the seeds and stuff in it. See how hot that is. Well, that's understandable, Jana. You feel defeated and overwhelmed. It's understandable right now. It's just going to take time. I can't imagine being married and all of a sudden just losing my husband like that. That would be totally devastating. I was told by my sister tonight that I was losing it. Well, you have a right to be losing it. I mean, you just lost your husband. She should understand that. I'd be a little wacky too, you know? I'm sure I would be. I mean, you're still in a state of shock, Jana. It'll pass. Yeah, anybody's going to be in that situation, Jana, that just all of a sudden loses their spouse unexpectedly. I mean, just all of a sudden they're gone. You're just in a state of shock yet. The shock has not worn off. Probably right now you don't know which way to go, what way to turn, whether things are going up or down. I wouldn't know. I'd just probably throw my hands up and say, I give up. I don't, I'm done. Because I definitely wouldn't know what to do or where to go or what's going on. And that's a long time, Patty C, to be with your husband. Most people don't stay with their married spouse but a couple of years and then divorce. So if you're together 40, 50 years, that's a long time. I know my brother and his wife were married for over 50 years, probably closer to 60 years by the time she died. Janice says, I'm scared about everything right now. My son and his wife are flying to Fort Lauderdale on Thursday, and I was telling her about being scared. Well, yeah, you're scared because you're afraid you're going to lose another family member. That's understandable. We're all going to be praying for you, Jana. Yeah, Gladys knows what you're going through, Jana. She lost her husband a year and a half ago. They were together 34 years. Well, it's perfectly understandable, Jana. Don't worry about it. It's perfectly normal. You're in a state of shock and grief right now. It will pass. It will get better. I know my brother, he lost his youngest daughter. She was just about ready to graduate from nursing school, or she already graduated. I don't know which, but young girl, his youngest daughter. She got sick all of a sudden. They said they put her in the hospital on a Wednesday, and she never came home. She died by that weekend, and nobody even told him she was in the hospital because her and her mom had been divorced, or him and her mom had been divorced for quite a few years, And she never notified my brother in Tennessee that she was in the hospital there in South Carolina. Didn't even tell her that she died even. Could you imagine? My brother went in a state of shock. Oh, he hurt so bad. He said, he said, I don't know how to explain it. It just was, that was like sticking a knife in my heart. To lose my youngest daughter, not even know she was in the hospital, not being able to go to the hospital to even see her, not to even be able to go to the funeral. I mean, that takes an evil person. I don't care if it was his ex-wife. That takes an evil person to be so cold-hearted that you don't even notify your daughter's dad that his daughter has passed away, or that his daughter is in the hospital deathly ill. They did everything they could do to save her, but her organs just failed, just gave out on her, and she was dead by that weekend. And my brother said it hurt so bad. He said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I said, hang in there, Mike. It'll pass. It'll pass. You're not going to forget it, but it will go away. The pain will ease up. You'll be able to put it in its place and go on with your life. And now this past year, last year, he lost his wife on top of it. What was it, like a year or two apart, and he lost his wife on top of it. That's really bad. I mean, I don't care how I would feel about my ex-husband. I never tried to keep my kids away from him or not being able to see them. And if he was deathly ill in the hospital, I would tell the kids that he was there, or vice versa. If my son was put in the hospital deathly ill, I would give him a call and say, hey, your son is deathly ill. He's in the hospital. He may not make it. That's only common courtesy. It takes a cold heart not to even notify a man that his daughter is dying in the hospital, that she's in the hospital. She was put in there unexpectedly and died. And she didn't even tell him. You know how I found out about it? I saw it on Facebook that Audrey died. That killed me. I didn't hear it from any family members because the family members didn't know it. I saw it posted on Facebook. And that's how my brother found out, because they thought he already knew, and they posted it on Facebook that she died. That was cruel. That was being spiteful. It doesn't matter why you divorced. Your kids are your kids, and the husband and wife both have equal responsibilities and feelings for those children. And she should have notified him that she was put in the hospital so he could have went to see her. Yeah, wasn't that awful, Uncle BB? You found out your grandmother died from a lady in the department store? How terrible is that? I don't know. I can't understand people that do stuff like that. Yep, that's true, Wilson. Death is probably a new or old beginning. I mean, she was barely in her 20s when she died. She was going through nursing school. He has 2 daughters and 1 son. The son, I think, was younger than Audrey. And then his other daughter was the older daughter. That's the one that he's going to go to South Carolina to be close to when he can sell his house in Tennessee. He wants to go live somewhere close to them because he gets along with her husband really well. And, you know, he loves Michelle. He wants to be close to family. Yeah, there's bad things that's happened all over the world, Jana. You have to deal with it, put it in its place, and go on about your life. It's hard to say it like that, but that's what you got to do. And all this will pass. You don't think it will. You probably feel right now you're stuck in limbo with unknowing and being scared and all this, but it'll pass. In time, it will. And everything you're feeling is perfectly normal, so don't feel bad. And when your sister told her you were losing it, she may have meant it in a good way. She probably didn't mean it in a mocking or, you know, bad way when she said that. Yeah, you can't wait to move out to Wilmington near your daughter. Well, at least give your ribs time to heal up. Oh my goodness. I can't believe that happened. I know you said you were in pain and you couldn't come back in to chat, but I didn't relate it to you getting hurt. No, she meant it like she said it. Well, evidently she didn't stop to think that, well, you lost your husband, you know? That's a big deal. That's life-changing. Oh, no, Uncle BB. Yeah, just shrug it off, Jana. Don't pay attention to what she said. I wonder what she'd feel if it was her husband that happened to. She probably would be in the same state that you're in right now. And there's Krista just come in to chat. Hello, Krista. You're going to have to go back and watch the live from the beginning. I made a cheesecake. You missed all that. Well, Jana, I'll tell you, there's two things I could have done in life when my husband left. I could have sat down and give up, or I could make my mind up that I'm getting on with my life, and that's what I did. I mean, this house is not the house that I would have chosen to live my whole life in. You know, I would have loved to have had a nicer home. I deserve a nicer home. According to what my family has, I should have a nicer home, but I don't. But I'm not going to sit here and cry about it. I'm getting on with my life. I make the best of what I've got. I make the best of the way my situation is. I make the best of what God dealt me. And that's where you've got to get to. You've got to get to the realization that you're not going to let this do you in. You've got to get on with your life. You make the best of what happened. I know it hurts that you lost your husband, but you didn't die. He did. And you've got to live on. You might make up your mind that you're not going to let it drag you down. You're going to get on with your life. Find something to keep you busy. That'll help. You can't just sit and dwell on what happened. That's what I do. I got out there and started my garden. I put so much time and energy in my garden, I couldn't worry about things anymore. All the stress was gone. And I thank God that I watched the video of that guy that redid his backyard. Someone told him, because he was having a trouble dealing with being an alcoholic. He had been going to AA. He quit drinking, but there are always alcoholics, and there's always a chance they're going to start drinking again. And one of his friends told him, you need to start gardening. You need to grow something in your backyard. You need to get out there and do something to occupy your time and your mind. And that's what he did. And oh my God, I watched several of basically all of his videos down to the last one where he totally transformed his backyard. I mean, it was a paradise back there, a tropical paradise of all the plants and the different things he put in his backyard. And then he had pathways going through it all, as small as it was. And he said that saved his life. And so far it saved mine, because I was so stressed out when I first started my channel and I first started doing my videos. I'm surprised I did it. I really am. You should have planted your ex and turned him into a collard. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. No, he's still alive. He's kicking, but he's in bad health. He's had surgery on both knees, and he's fell, and he injured himself again. He's walking with a walker. Just like the rocks in my yard, if you saw any of my very first videos, I said God dealt me rocks, or he gave me rocks. I made rock gardens. Just like when you have lemons, you make lemonade, Well, I ended up with rocks. God gave me with rocks. So I made rock gardens. And I still deal with rocks. Every time I try to dig a hole, I'm digging rocks up or boulders. Make kitty litter box on top. And my son made the statement back when I was going through chemo and everything, and I had that cancer scare. He said, Mom, he said, you always are so positive. And he said, I know that's what's got you through all this. You never let it get you down. You never felt sorry for yourself. You always looked like you're positive. You acted positive, and that's what got you through it. I know that's what got me through it. I put everything in God's hands. I said, what will be, will be. God will take care of it. And that's what I did. I gave it to him to deal with. I didn't deal with it anymore. I dealt with my garden. And it helped. It worked. I'm like that alcoholic. I said, that saved my life. My gardening saved my life, because I spent so much time thinking about what I'm doing with my garden and doing with my garden that I couldn't stress out about stuff anymore. Exactly. And I need to get your name down, Cheryl. I just saw that you came in here. I'm taking everybody's names for the drawing Thursday. Giving you another chance for your name to be picked. Linda, my cottage has a small backyard that is fenced in. I told you once I would never have a garden. I am telling you, I may possibly be thinking of trying to potentially have a garden. Yeah, plant some seeds. It can't hurt. Even if you don't want a vegetable garden, plant some flower seeds or plant a tree. Plant anything. It doesn't matter. Plant wildflowers. Put them out there in the backyard of your cottage. It would be pretty. It'll give you a reason to get up in the morning, something to go do, something to look forward to. Well, look at mine. I've got everything of mine growing in pots and totes and buckets. Very little in the ground. I mean, right now, the only thing I've got growing in the ground is those 2 banana trees, and I don't know if they're going to survive. Because, the tops of the banana trees die down every year, and they're supposed to come back up from the roots in the spring. And I'm hoping mine come back up. A neighbor of mine had some, I think, peach trees that she planted, and the first year she planted them, she had peaches. I don't know about the apple trees. I'm sure you could. I've never tried. But you got to be in the area where they're going to get water. Up on this hill, I don't know if they'd survive or not. The best garden I ever heard was garden I ever had was when I was in an apartment and just laid out bags of potting soil, split them open and planted seeds in them. I've seen people do that. Just lay the bag down and bust open the top, cut a square in the top, and plant your seeds and just let it grow right there. You're transplanting basil starts. Well, I don't have any starts to transplant yet. I need to work on my greenhouse. I've got to put the new plastic over it, take the old one off. That's one reason I wanted to hurry up and get done with my cabinet. It's because I got to fix up my greenhouse or I can't start any seedlings in there. And like I said, I've still got a cilantro that survived through the winter months already. But I know as soon as it gets really hot, it's going to die. But it survived this winter so far. Your floors. Well, I haven't finished my floors yet either, Chill. So I still got my floors to finish up. My Zachary had a pot garden out back of my home once, and it was amazing. Yeah, you can grow anything in pots and totes, buckets. Yeah, like I said, as soon as hot weather comes, my cilantro will die. But it's lived all winter so far. I thought sure that it would freeze and die, but it hasn't. Thanks, Patty. Kiddos were at my door daily wanting a tomato. Great, great life lessons for them. I had leftover basil I bought in season. I rooted 3. Oh, wow. I've never tried to root basil from another plant. Jill, you'd love me. My aunt got my grandparents 90,000 plus condo meant for my mom. She sold it to get money besides the 90,000. Wow. Well, how did your aunt end up with it if it was meant for your mom? All right, Patty C, I'm glad you came in, and I'm so sorry about you breaking your ribs. I had no idea you fell and hurt yourself. I just know you said you were in pain, but I thought it was for something that was already going on. I didn't know you had fell and hurt yourself. So you take care and be careful. Be safe. God bless you as well, Patty. How long have we been on here? Well, we've been on here about 2.5 hours, looks like. I guess it's time for all of us to get off of the chat. We've been on here quite a while. I got 40 watching though still. Yes, safety first. Have a good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And we'll see you next time, Jana. The will my granddad put in my mom's name after he died. My nan changed the will. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Uncle BB. Have to get ready to watch Wilson. 40 watch, but only 37 thumbs up. Oh, it's 5:35 p.m. Central Time. My aunt worked in a bank. Well, didn't your mother get anything, BB? And usually stuff like that is left to all the kids and it's split equally. I can't imagine her leaving a condo to one daughter and not leaving anything to the other daughter. Just eating some pork rinds, spicy kind. They're a little bit too hot for me. Mom got heartache. Oh well. I'm sorry to hear that, Uncle BB, but you know, things sometimes work out for the best. Her sister may not be enjoying that condo or the money that she got if she resold it. I've tried eating those hot, spicy pork rinds before. They're too hot. Too hot for me. Usually I get the regular kind. And God don't like ugly. No, he don't. Well, we got 41. Who else come in? Somebody come in. Maybe they didn't come in to chat, but they came in. Money hungry people are slimy. That's absolutely true. I can't see there. Oh, we're down to 36 now. Well, you guys, I appreciate each and every one of you coming into my live today. I've had so much fun with y'all. And making my pie. I hope y'all try it. It's fun to make. It's easy to make. And it's so good. Oh my God, it's so good. So y'all get you a mix and make you a cheesecake. Let me know how it turns out. You have a great evening too, Cheryl. Y'all have a blessed night. Stay safe. Stay warm. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll see you on the next one. No, I know you're not venting. You're fine. But we've been on here for 2.5 hours. I was afraid I was keeping people. Okay, Miss Weaver. I'll be seeing you soon. Come back in my next live if you can, especially Thursday night. But I'll probably have 1 or 2 lives before then to give people another chance to get their name in the pot. Because I write people's names down every live I have until the drawing. And I cut them apart and I put them in the pot. That gets their name in there, another chance to win. So the more times your name goes in, the better the chance you're going to have of me drawing your name. Oh, there's Mrs. Meyer too. She just come in. See, that's one reason I stay on so long, because about the time I think I should close out everything, someone new comes in. Or not new, but somebody else comes in, and then I don't want to just immediately say goodbye. Well, good, Miss Weaver. I hope you do. We'll be anxiously awaiting your arrival at our lives, because everybody loves to see you come in. Miss Weaver, I made a cheesecake in the live this evening. You'll have to go back and see how I made it. You missed it. I haven't told you about the 1974 trauma in our family. I will go back and watch. Okay. Uncle BB, what was the 1974 trauma in your family? And Mrs. Myers has been dealing with plumbing issues, now cooking. Your live just popped up for me. Yeah, I've got some plumbing issues that I've got to take care of too. I keep putting it off though. They want to charge too much around here. I mean, it's highway robbery is what it is. Save it for next therapy session. Okay, to Uncle BB. Well, I hate to leave as soon as Mrs. Meyer came in, but we were just getting ready to leave or close out our chat. Been dealing with plumbing issues, now cooking your live. And Dennis says, I hope you washed your hands. I'm sure she washed her hands, Dennis. Yes, put a pan under pipes and took pictures. Well, my sink started leaking, but it's because it's so old. It's 50 some odd years old. And I think what's going on is it's rusted around the drain, you know, where the drain screws into the sink. It's rusted because there's rust around the outer edges of it, the same way my bathtub did. And it started leaking just a tiny bit. Not bad, but it does leak. And I need to get somebody here to, you know, to take it apart, see if it needs a new drain, or even if you can put a new drain in it. I've got another sink that I could put in it, but I don't know how well it's going to work with this counter, because my sink is flat with the counter, and my new sink that I got has a lip over the top of the counter. So I don't know. When Uncle BB says, Linda, get your toolkit ready. Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to take it apart myself. But most of the time, plumbing and stuff, it's so tight that I can't physically loosen it up. But I don't know. I'll just have to see. Dennis said, Linda, run into the yard and water plants. They've got water a day or so ago, so they don't really need watering right now. The cats are sleeping because they got tuna fish and tuna fish water put in their bowls earlier. And I know both of them are probably out there sleeping somewhere right now. Yeah, the sink drain. The one under my wash pan, the white wash pan. I mean, that's not the reason I put the wash pan in there. I put that in there to save the water to where I could put in, you know, water my plants out front with it. But the few times that I filled the sink up, I've noticed it was like if I put the stopper in the sink and put water in it, it'll gradually leak around the drain down on the pipe a little bit, not a whole lot. But if I don't put water in it with the sink stopper in it, it'll go down the pipe and it won't leak at all. So it's the seal where the sink and the drain is sealed. But I'm thinking the sink has rusted out is what's happened. Yeah, good long nap after a meal. Duct tape. I don't think duct tape will fix it, Dennis. I'm going to talk about UFOs when I go live. Well, I got to cook me some dinner. I haven't cooked dinner yet. I made the pie, but I haven't cooked dinner. Yeah, that white dishpan fits perfectly. And it's just right for me to take out and go water my plants right outside the door. They love dishwater. I wish I could water all my plants through the whole yard with dishwater. Ooh, me. You don't have any pork rinds? No, I don't have any pork rinds. Well, y'all, I gotta go. I mean, I know there's other people that have already left, and some more of you have got to go. I don't want to keep holding people up. So, like I said earlier, I'm going to wish y'all a good evening. Have a great evening. Stay safe, stay warm, sleep tight tonight, and don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll see you on the next one, okay? Love y'all. Bye now.